Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, parents, friends, and relatives of graduation class of 2024. My name is Rob Miller, and I'm proudly serving as the superintendent of East Alton Wood River Community High School District Number 14. On behalf of the members of the Board of Education and faculty and staff, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement ceremony. Immediately following the ceremony, there will be a reception for the members of the graduating class in the courtyard in the East Building, and that's that way. Mr. Alexander, let us begin this 2024 commencement ceremony. Will the class of 2024 ushers, faculty, and staff please be seated? We have a long tradition at EAWR of a strong leadership coming from our Board of Education. Our board members have carried on that tradition of effective school leadership with wisdom, humility, and dedication. Representing the Board of Education here this evening, Mr. Mark St. Peters, Mrs. Melissa Bartles, Mrs. Missy Gerner, Mrs. Kristen Burns, and Mr. Michael Redmond. Ladies and gentlemen, your EAWR District Number 14 Board of Education. Next, it is my pleasure to present to you the members of your administration, faculty, and staff. Would you please stand? This group of dedicated professionals rank among the very best. They give their time and energy to make EAWR a great place. On behalf of the members of the class of 2024 and the Board of Education, I thank each of you for your dedication to our students, their families, and the Oiler Nation. Please be seated. Now at this time, I would like to introduce our distinguished building principal, Mrs. Lee Robinson, who will recognize our honorary ushers from the class of 2025 and our outstanding 2024 scholars.
Good evening. The marshals and ushers have been selected to this honor by virtue of their being inducted into the new group of our National Honor Society. The marshals are determined by being ranked number 1 in the class. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing. Our marshals are Cameron Adams, Jordan Ely, Jack Gould, Camden Seibert, and Isaac Thornton. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Please remain standing. Our ushers are Chase Butler, Clayton Catherall, go and stand when I call your name, thank you, Josiah Daniels, Braden Elledge, Adair Hicks, Sierra Holbrook Blair, Mayana Jaggi, Grace McLegan, Kelsey Moore, Maya Muggy, Michael Noltner, Elliot Owens, Tyler Ragusa, Cadence Reef, Deegan Reidenauer, Chloe Sanders. Valedictorian address. Permit me now to introduce our valedictorians. Colton Heaton, Samuel Howard, Timothy Melton, Amelia Plum, Kiskea Puckett, and Kennedy Root, our valedictorians. I would also like to announce the names of the other students in the top 15% of the class. I would like them to also stand and remain standing until all of them have been introduced. They will be introduced by class rank after 7 semesters. Please hold your applause until I announce all the names. Madeline Cramner, Bradley Quiverow, Kylan Johnson, Samantha Coolish, Abigail Randolph, Madison Holmes, Lucy Olson, Matthew Winchester, Jada Dupe, and Kelly Lamont. Ladies and gentlemen, your top 15%. You may be seated. Next, we're proud to recognize our Illinois State Scholars from the class of 2024. This recognition is awarded to the top 10% of students in the state of Illinois, and the students' is based on their SAT score. Class rank is the eligibility for this distinguished honor. Here are our Illinois State Scholars from the class of 2024. Please stand when I call your name and remain standing until all names are read. Madeline Cramner, Colton Heaton, Samuel Howard, Timothy Melton, Kiskea Puckett, and Kennedy Root. Congratulations to our Illinois State Scholars. And you may be seated. Our last academic recognition is our distinguished graduates. At this time, I'm going to recognize them, the award recipients. To be a distinguished graduate, seniors must meet 7 criteria set by the staff that defines an ideal, well-rounded graduate from EAWR. As I announce their names with these distinguished graduates, please rise and remain standing, and I would ask that we hold the applause, because there are quite a few names, until all the distinguished graduates have been recognized. Evan Baker, Madeline Cramner, Kylie Crouch, Jada Dupey, Justice Garland, Dylan Gerner, Madison Holmes, Samuel Howard, Kylan Johnson, Samantha Coolish, Kirk Lane, Kelly Lamond, Timothy Melton, Caden Moran, Anastasia Mazingo Ewalt, Kiana Nelson, Ben Nichols, Paul Nichols, William Norman, Kiskea Puckett, Bradley Quiverow, Abigail Randolph, Jordan Redd, Kennedy Root, Lorelei Shimoni, Aiden Sorby, Malik Spiller, Jacob Stockman, Zachary Turner, Aiden Wallendorf, and Matthew Winchester. Let's give our distinguished graduates a nice round of applause. You may be seated. Tonight, we'd also like to recognize and honor not only those who have served in the armed forces, but those from the class of 2024 who have this same sense of service. As I read their names, I would like to have the members of the class of 2024 who are going to enter the military please stand and remain standing. Evan Baker, Air Force. Hayden Copeland, United States Coast Guard. Hayden Moore, United States Air Force. Paul Nichols, United States Air Force ROTC. Callie Payne, United States Air Force, Army, and Aiden Wallendorf, United States Air Force. Let's give them a nice round of applause and remain standing. As these 6 EAWR seniors stand before you, I would like to also recognize our current and veteran members of the military to stand to be recognized. So if you're a veteran or a current member, please rise. We want to thank you for your service. We wish our students good luck in their endeavors. And again, we appreciate your service to our country. You may be seated. We would now please turn your attention to the EAWR choir and Mr. Alexander.
Turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. Take the photographs and still frames in
Thank you, Mr. Alexander and the choir. They did an amazing job. As I finish up my portion of the ceremony,
So I'm going to ask you to stand up one more time. How about you do that? And let's give her another round of applause. Yeah. So Mary's great, and I appreciate that, and thank you. And thank you for all your years of service and dedication to EAWR in the field of education, and thank you. So at this time, I'd like for you to turn and, I'm going to introduce Mr. Alexander and the EAWR band. So let's give Mr. Alexander and the band another round of applause. And we'll let our graduates get back to their seats. Good job. All right, so now, class of 2024, now the fun stuff comes, right? So it's diploma time. Well, no, we're going to do some speeches first. So we're going to do fun stuff, right? So it's a tradition that the graduation speaker be a student here at EAWR. And as Mrs. Robinson said earlier, we have 6 valedictorians. So this year's speakers are some of our valedictorians. So at this time, would some of those valedictorians join us on the stage? And we will start off. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our first speaker of the night, Miss Kennedy Root.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kennedy Root. Yes, my last name does rhyme with foot, and no one can ever pronounce it correctly, but that's besides the point. Now, before I begin, I would like to give a little disclaimer. If you know me, then you would know that my memory isn't the greatest. And now I'm going to stand up here and reminisce on our time shared together that have led up to this very moment, so bear with me. Looking back on our freshman year, we only knew each other if we fell within the same group, either maroon or gold. Thanks, COVID. Sports were switched around, with basketball being in the fall and football in the spring. Wearing masks both outside and inside was the norm, and we didn't think anything of it. Now, moving on to our sophomore year, when things were starting to get a little more normal. Everyone was back at school at the same time, but masks were still required, hiding half of everyone's faces. Still not knowing what was typical in high school, we finally got our first high school dance, but it was outside. Finally reaching our junior year, high school was as normal as it got. Sports were thriving, and our school spirit was at an all-time high. It felt as if there was a huge weight that had been lifted off of our shoulders, and we could finally have our high school experience. Senior year, we finally made it. It just now hits us that this marks the end of our high school career, and all of our hard work will soon pay off. All of the games, concerts, and dances we attended were our last. While it may seem surreal, it's all uphill from here. I'd like to end this speech with a meaningful quote from my favorite Broadway musical, Hamilton. "You have no control who lives, who dies, who tells your story." Thank you to those who have helped me write my story, and I can't wait to see how the rest unfolds. Thank you, and congrats to the class of 2024. Next, I would like to introduce Amelia Plum.
Before I begin, class of 2024, it's time to be real. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mia Plum. My goal here is when I finish my speech, I want everyone here to remember to do their own research. Throughout our academic journey, we have encountered numerous challenges and hardships, each one testing our resolve and pushing us to our limits. Yet in the face of adversity, we choose not to falter, but to forge ahead with unwavering determination. Perseverance is not merely about enduring difficulties. It is about embracing them as opportunities for growth and learning. It is about summoning the strength to rise each time we fall and to keep moving forward despite the odds stacked against us, especially the last 4 years here at East Alton Wood River. Each one of us has our own story and triumphs of setbacks and successes. We have weathered the storms of doubt and uncertainty, navigated the rough waters of disappointment and failure, and emerged stronger and more resilient on the other side. As we step out into the world, let us embrace the unknown with open hearts and minds, knowing that with perseverance and determination, there is no obstacle too great to overcome. Researching starts by reaching within yourself. It begins with opening the mind to the idea that there are other ways of managing the various aspects in our lives. It starts with finding your strengths and focusing on building those strengths, rather than focusing on your weaknesses. Knowing yourself puts you one step closer to knowing what you want from this life. It can change at any given moment, but that's where the continuous research comes into play. Understanding the core values and depths of researching and listening to other great mentors and developers in my lifetime, one quote always sticks out in my heart and mind. I want to make sure it sticks out in yours too. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving. Thank you to the class of 2024 for enduring together. And next, I would like to introduce Samuel Howard.
But you can start here tonight and change your future. So I implore you all, the class of 2024, to live out your present. Today is truly a gift, so live day by day and enjoy every moment that you share with the ones that you love. Tonight is your night. Live it how you want and make lasting memories that are worth sharing. Thank you for all who have come, and congratulations to the class of 2024. Next, I would like to introduce Kiskea Puckett.
Howdy, my name is Kiskea, or Q Puckett. Let me tell you, the future is terrifying. There's no doubt about that. We've been told throughout high school to pick our future jobs and decide where our lives will take us. We were told to choose a good career and try to follow our passions. Yet sometimes I worry that the dreams and paths we picked won't work out. Sometimes I worry that passion and all the love in the world won't get the jobs we want. It's easy to think about the worst parts of the future. Worst of all, the world seems to be getting worse and worse. It feels like a weight has been put on everyone's shoulders, but especially ours. There's so much to worry about, and we have so little control over anything. There is exactly one thing you can control, of course, that being yourself. So I implore you, the graduating class of 2024, to be kinder in your future. There's often so little kindness around the discussion of literally anything. Disagreements and arguments are a constant struggle, online and offline. Wherever you go, whoever you see, be kind to everyone, and that includes yourself. Whatever you end up doing, do it with kindness, understanding, and love in your heart. Kindness won't fix the world's problems, but it can make the future worth living in. A simple smile, holding the door, kind notes, and much more make a difference. Kind people are what our future needs. I'm not asking you to love every person you meet. I'm just asking you to be kind to as many people as you can. We're all human on the inside, despite our differences in bodies, appearance, race, religion, sexuality, gender, and so on. Kindness does make a world a better place, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. As the saying that I'm sure we're all tired of goes, Treat others the way you want to be treated. Class of 2024, I wish you the best, and I hope you are a little kinder, sillier, and happier in your future. Next, I would like to introduce Timothy Melton.
Hello. My name is Timothy Melton. I would like to start by letting all of you know that I procrastinated on this speech just like I procrastinated on everything else over the past 4 years. First and foremost, I would like to thank our amazing teachers. These people have been more than just educators to us. They have been mentors, guides, and sometimes even therapists when we needed it most. They have poured their hearts and souls into teaching us not just about academic subjects, but about life itself. We all have made mistakes in and out of the classroom. Our teachers have shown that it is a part of learning, a part of growing. I would like to thank each and every one of our teachers for believing in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. Next, I would like to thank the faculty, staff, and administration who work tirelessly behind the scenes. Thank you for keeping this place running smoothly and for always being there to lend a helping hand, an open ear, or even an office to cry in. You may not always get the recognition you deserve, but please know that your hard work does not go unnoticed. Finally, I would like to acknowledge our tireless coaches and athletic staff. These people often work from morning until dark, all in order to provide unique, fun, and challenging experiences in the fields and on the courts. Throughout the ups and downs, these coaches have taught us to work in teams, dedicate ourselves to long-term goals, and persevere through hard times. These lessons go far beyond our athletic endeavors and will continue into our careers. As we embark on the next chapter of our lives, let's carry with us the lessons we've learned from our mentors. We will continue to embrace challenges, learn from our mistakes, and never stop growing as individuals. Once again, thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2024.
Let's give these guys a round of applause. Great job, great speeches. All right, class of 2024, now the fun stuff. All right, so would the members of the class of 2024 please stand? Members of the Board of Education, parents, faculty, and guests, as superintendent of East Alton Wood River Community High School, District Number 14, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, the faculty and administration of East Alton Wood River Community High School, I do hereby publicly announce and confirm that the students before you have fulfilled the high school graduation requirements established by the Illinois State Board of Education and the East Alton Wood River Community High School. Vice President St. Peters and the other members of the Board of Education, I am pleased to present the high school graduating class of 2024 for the receipt of their diplomas. Let's give them a little bit more round of applause. All right. All right, so members of the class of 2024, you may be seated. Will the marshals please come forward?
Colton Dale Heaton. Samuel Charles Howard. Timothy Charles Melton. Amelia Michelle Plum. Kiskea Catherine Puckett. Kennedy Marie Root. Madeline Annalise Cranmer. Bradley Edward Quiverow. Kylan Jenna Johnson. Samantha Joe Coolish. Abigail Ray Randolph. Madison Marie Holmes. Lucy Elizabeth Olson. Matthew David Winchester. Jada Faith Doopy. Kelly Blair Lamond. Evan Nathaniel Baker. Matthew David Benton. Ocean Ivory Breeze Bland. Jessica Chantel Brown. Kyle Lee Brown. Addison Catherine Burns. Alicia Marie Buttry. Camden Lane Kane. Aiden Robert David Kalam. Brennan Anthony Carter. Hannah Marie Kathy. Hayden Lee Copeland. Ruby Christine Cornwell. Kylie Marie Crouch. Isaiah Martine Crowder. Landon Heath Curran. Alex Renee Dale. Alexander Mitchell Ellison. Emma Alexis Jeanette Estes. Troyne Leanne Fox. Dana Sky Freimeyer. Justice Mikkel Garland. Dylan Samuel Gerner. Claire Elizabeth Gilkey. Devon Lamar Green. Emmy Elizabeth Hall. Paige Lily Harmon. Aiden Michael Hatch. Joseph Richard Heipel Layton. Haley Marie Henry. Akira Renee Hill. Krishan Manzel Holmes. Cass K. Huber. Karma Mackenzie Huber. Blake Geronimo Joseph Johnson, Jr. Kirsten Taylor Johnson. Brandon Xavier Kelly. Kirk Samuelson Lane. Jasmine Mary Lawson. Timothy Everett Lawson. Kansas Blair McLean. Kalista Vivian Meisenheimer. Damone Ray Montgomery. Avery Lee Moore. Hayden Scott Moore. Caden Anthony Moran. Gavin Lewis Mustaine. Anastasia June Muzingo Ewalt. Kiana Nevea Nelson. Benjamin Eric Nichols. Paul Ryan Nichols. William Thomas Norman III. Wyatt Lee Owens. Zachary Jason Pauly. Callie McCall Payne. Emily Renee Faith Peck. Aberly Nicole Probst. Jordan Michaela Red. Valeria Salas Silvera. Lorelei May Shimoni. Brady Jordan Mary Shoemake. Dolores Joan Mariah Shimchick. Stormy May Shoemaker. April Marie Sigler. Michaela Cristal Smith. Aiden Daniel Sorby. Ariel Lachey Sorgi. Malik Levon Spiller. Traquan Deshaun Stewart. Tyria Deenan Stewart. Tyriana Denise Stewart. Caillou Dominic Stilts. Jacob Stephen Stockman. Logan Eli Stone. Christopher Jordan Stotts. Taya Bayeshi Wold Tisfaji. Zach Turner. Aiden Michael Wallendorf. Landon Warner. Lakin Nicole Webster. Braden Andrew Wilmont.
It just got moving so fast. Why are you already shaking those up? All right, so let's give the class of 2024 another round of applause. All right, would the members of the faculty please rise? Faculty members in attendance, thank you for being here tonight. You are excused. So as you see, there's kind of a reason for this. There's a lot of shaking going on with some confetti cannons that are going to go off here in a little bit. But we ask that the audience please remain seated during the recessional. We're going to try a recessional, but we don't really know how that's going to go. But remember that you're invited to a reception in the East Building courtyard right after the ceremony. But members of the class of 2024, would you please stand? Members of the board, I present to you for the final time the class of 2024. Now, this is the time for your hats. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Will the marshals please come forward? The marshals. Can't hear me. There it is. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Mr. Alexander, start the recessional.